Okay, this is Bay-master's front desk. Off to the right, you'll see our Quick Start Assistant, which is going to give you information throughout the program. If you select Reference, it'll give you a little more detailed. That might help you out a little better. On our assistant, we also have a video training button. So depending on the screen that you're on, if you want to watch a little video to help you out, that might be better. We also have Spanish and English if that's something that you need. On our front desk, you will see our open tickets tabs. We have estimates, approved, delivered, invoiced, and paid, which you can customize yourself if you like. I'm going to show you our schedule. Now you'll see our schedule opens up with our 3 bays. You can customize this based on how many bays you have. If that's how you like to have it, you could set it up by how many techs you have. You'll see our jobs are color coded. If you look down here, you'll see the blue jobs are finished, the green jobs are still in progress, and the off-color white or cream colored have not been started yet. These are our unscheduled jobs sitting over here waiting. And take this job for instance, you see how it has a committed time of 3:30. Now that means we have to have this vehicle completed by 3:30. So if we were to take this job right here for an hour and a half and try to squeeze it in here, it's going to tell you that it can't do it because there's a conflict. It would have to push this job further down, and that's unacceptable. So we could take this job and squeeze it in up here, and it's just going to bump that job down, be able to fit that in, and we're still going to make our committed time for this customer. And you can create a ticket right from here. If you click Add to Schedule, you can either keep it in your unscheduled column or you could drag it to one of your bays. Click it, select Add Ticket, and here you can search for your customers by last name, plate number, phone number, the vehicle model number, their zip code. If all you have is the VIN number, you could search by that as well, or fleet number. So we're going to start. And you'll see it starts populating with whatever information we entered that it found. Each customer, you'll see their vehicles listed on the bottom here. They can have as many vehicles, as they need. So we're going to go with Kathy and her Ford Crown Victoria. You could also add a new customer or a new vehicle from this screen as well. We're going to create a ticket. And this will open you up to our estimate summary screen. And you'll see the customer's information was brought over, the vehicle information, and the icons at the top are going to help you through your order, through your ticket. First thing I'm going to show you is our 33-point inspection form. It's a point and click form. You'll see that it came up with our shop information, the customer's information, and it's just a point and click. Just click the items that you've looked at, diagnosed, whichever the case may be. You can put your own notes in here if you wish. We have a comments section if you want to leave comments for the customer. And at the bottom, we also have recommendations. If there's any recommendations you think the customer might need, you can have the tech um, sign it by putting their tech number, their signature. It's up to you. And when you're done, click Save and Close, and this will always be saved to this ticket for future reference if you need to look at it again. Now we're going to start a repair. So we'll just click Repair. This is going to open you up to your jobs list. So we will start with a serpentine belt. So we select Belts and Cooling, select. So this will open up to your parts supplier. You'll see it'll look for our serpentine belt. And here you'll see it shows all the belts available. You have your supplier's availability here, the cost, your margins, which is gives you your sell price, and here's the, suggested list price. Here it tells us we already have this one in stock in our shop. So we're going to use that one. So you collect in stock, and you can add your labor right from here with Motors labor times. So you click labor. We have our standard, severe, and warranty labor times. We'll go with standard and click save. And this will bring all the information back onto our ticket. See, it has the item number, the description, retail cost. Down at the bottom, we have our labor and our labor rate. And if we look at our invoice real quick, you'll see it breaks everything down. We have the part information over here, the labor information over here, and any environmental or labor surcharges, parts surcharges that you might have set up will show up down here as well as in their own group. And if you have any discounts set up for particular customers, that will show up down here as well. And from here, I'm going to show you our virtual vehicle. So you go to virtual vehicle, and you can show this to the customer or email or text it to the customer. Any part that you wish. We're going to do the timing belt since that's what we're working on. You'll see it gives a little animated video that the customer can look at. You have the option to show labels if they wanted that. They can look to see what happens when the part breaks. And there's also another video here that they can click on to watch if they wish. You can email it to them as well. So I'm going to show you that. And we go to texting. Now, once you have a customer's cell phone set up in their customer record, you won't have to put a number in here. So for now, let's put a phone number in here. You have the choice to give them the detailed, which is the subtotal with the tax and total, or just the total only. You can add any notes you wish on the bottom, just asking the customer to reply for their approval, which saves a lot of time instead of having to play phone tag with the customers or wait for them to come in to approve the job. And here it's also going to ask you if you want to send the virtual vehicle link, which is a video that we just looked at. So we'll send that. And once the customer receives that email and they text back, I'll show you how that works. Now we're going to add another repair. So click Add Repair. I'm going to show you our quick quote, which is also our dealer savings. I'll show you how it works, where it will show the customer how much they were to pay to have a dealer do the job versus using your shop. So here it opens up with all of Motors labor times, labor information. Up here we have our shop time, warranty time, or extreme labor times. We're going to go with shop time. We need coil spring, select our shock absorber, that's the labor, and our parts are here. and we'll click Save. Now you'll see it came over onto our ticket with the OEM number and information, but we're going to order it from our supplier. So we go into our supplier, and you'll see it found our coil spring. So we can just select one of those. Up here for the shock absorber, it wasn't able to find one based on the OE number. So if we just click search, find one manually, front shock absorber. Here are our selections. So now we could just select one of these. So now you'll see that it replaced the OEM item number with the item number that we're actually going to use. And our labor is still down here on the bottom. So let me show you how this looks on the invoice for the customer. Down here, the quick quote, you'll see this is what the dealer would cost if they were to have it done at a dealer. These are the savings you're giving to the customer because your shop is only going to charge $455. And here it shows our part information, the labor information, and you can see it broke each job down into groups. So if we scroll down, this is what it will look like. Next page, there's the rest of our serpentine belt and any totals at the bottom. Okay, go back to our summary screen. Next, I'm going to show you our oil change packages. You can have these set up however you like. You can set up your own customized oil change packages. We're going to use the $49.99 oil change process. And here it'll go into our supplier and find all the parts that we're going to need to complete this job. It's going to look for our oil filter, our air filter, and our fuel filter. Okay, so we have our fuel filter. Just going to select. And because that's not part of the oil change, we want to add our labor. Standard. We have our air filters down here. So we have, the supplier has 8 of those, so we'll select one of those. And our oil filter. We actually have some of this one in stock, so we'll go with that one. And save. Here you're going to see it is going to come up with recommended oil capacities and viscosities based on the vehicle that you're working on. It will tell you what weight of oil you should use, and it'll even tell you how many quarts are recommended for that vehicle. So 5W20 is what we're going to select. Here is where you would select how many quarts of oil you're going to put in. If you're using bulk oil, you can do 6.02. If you're only using regular quarts, we can just put 6 quarts in. Now you'll see our package is only set up to include up to 5 quarts of oil. So now the system knows to automatically charge an additional fee for that extra quart that wasn't included. As well as that, our oil filter was only included up to $13. So since it went $1.20 over, it's going to add that as another line as an extra for the customer. And you see we have our labor down here for that. So this way you don't forget to add any extra quarts of oil that can happen sometimes when you're really busy. Let's go back to our summary. I'm going to show you our preventative maintenance PM button. Here is going to tell you, based on the vehicle's mileage, if anything is over, needs to be done. It's going to look at the date, the mileage. You'll see it gives a detailed description of what that job entails, plus any parts that are required for that particular job will be listed over here. If you have any you want to add, we're going to include this one, the trans fluid and filter. Just select include and save. And now again, this brought over our OEM part, so we want to go and use from our parts supplier. And we're going to select an oil filter and save. I'm going to select the filter and save. And now if we take a look at our ticket again, you will see here's our PM services. That detailed description prints right on the invoice for the customer, along with all of your additional fees. It tells them that there was an additional quantity needed. Here is the dealer price, what they're saving by having you do it, because you're only going to charge the customer $153. So that will always help in getting more sales rather than the customers going to the dealer. Go back to our summary. And now I'm going to show you when a customer texts you back, what you can expect. Once that text comes through, a blue window will pop up. Here's the box that will pop up when a customer texts you back about a service. All you do is click it and it'll bring you right into that ticket that it has to do with. And if you need to check on a text that you haven't received yet, you can always just click the texts button at the bottom and he will show up in here. Now the other feature I want to show you regarding the texts is that we have this little tab up here that will document any text that you sent to the customer, time and date stamped, along with the text you received back from the customer. And you can even have this print out on the invoice if you like. Now that they approved that job, we're going to select approved and look at the invoice. And here are our texts with that work group, belts and cooling. Here's what I sent to the customer with the total. And here's the customer's response telling me the job is approved. So with that, all of your legal requirements are met, and you can go ahead and perform that service.